What's up, guys? We are back with another familiar face. Please let us know who you are. Introduce yourself.
What's going on? What's going on? It's the real G.Envy. You know what I'm saying? I'm back here again with the one and only Key. Nice to be back for real.
Yeah. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good. A little tired, but I'm pretty good today.
Hopefully, just wake you up a little bit, get your mind thinking a little bit. So we're going to start off with a little bit of an icebreaker. Would you rather? Okay, so would you rather be forced to rap along to every song you hear or dance to every song you hear?
I'd rather rap because I can't dance.
You not going to bust a move a little bit?
No. Not today.
Okay, so would you rather have a pause or rewind button on your life?
Definitely rewind. Rewind for real.
You want to run it back?
Yeah, I'll run it back one time.
Okay, any specific age you want to go back to?
18.
18? Why 18?
Because a lot of things I did, I messed up when I was 18, and I'm making up for it now. So I'd rather go back then and tell myself not to do it. Probably be in a better spot right now.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about like how you were growing up. Were you like an anger person? Were you like what was your personality like as a child?
I was a cool person. You know, I definitely was angry, but I was like a cool person. Very like laughing and joking and all that stuff, but you know, where I grew up at, you know, you joke too much and now you fighting and hitting and all that. So I kind of had to just be an angry person. That's the only way people would take me seriously.
So was it like a lot of violence around? Where are you from?
Philly.
I know it was a lot of violence in Philly.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a lot of violence. A lot of people, 12, 13, just getting killed, dying, going to jail. So, you know, my mom kind of moved me out of that when I was like 14. After I got off my little thing with the legal trouble or whatever. So after that, I just came down here and everything was a little more like calmed down. And, you know, I mean, there's violence everywhere, but, you know, down here is a little more calm and slower.
Do you think music kind of like helped you as an outlet to like release some of that stress or anger that you had pent up? Yeah,
for sure. It's like kind of like my therapy because I don't really like going to talking with people that I don't know. And then on top of that, I got to pay you for it. You know, so I'd rather just do it my way. That's the only way people really gonna listen to me.
Yeah.
You know, because growing up, I grew up with a lot of like older generation people, so there was no like talking and how do you feel about this and all that. It was kind of just, you know, it's my way or just no way. So I was just like, nah, I may have expressed myself whether you like it or not type of thing.
So you're not like kind of like, okay, I'm being vulnerable. I don't know how people are going to like take this vulnerability. You don't really care too much about what other people think on that aspect of things?
No, I don't really care too much because, you know, they're not with me on a day-to-day basis. Right. They don't know my life. They don't know how I grew up and what I think and all that. So kind of like their opinion is kind of like really doesn't matter to me. The only opinions that matter to me are the ones that surround me every single day. And they know, you know, how I get down, how I move, and how I think. But just the outside opinion, I don't really care too much.
Okay, so to kind of like segue a little bit, I want to go into the more positive side of things. What does healing look like to you? Like the healing process, growth.
Healing process, growth. Just being happy. Just being happy, having good people around you, but more like just comfortable with yourself and don't really stress too much whether or not people want to be around you or don't want to be around you. You kind of just good either way and kind of just enjoy your own company. You know, not really too much involved in what everybody else got going on, whether it's partying or just gossiping, whatever. You know, just things that don't really elevate me. You kind of just stay away from it and you're happy to do it. You don't think twice. So I feel
like happy is a broad word because like people, they try to like work every day towards being happy. I want to be happy, but like what does that look like for you? Because like happy could be, you know, just feeling good with your situation. Happy, it doesn't have to be like a materialistic thing, but like what does it look like for you? You said being around like the people you like enjoy being around.
Being around genuine people and just happy with just the way my life is going. You know, everybody don't have $1 million. Everybody doesn't have, you know, the fanciest, most expensive cars. But I think it's just if you're just happy with what you got and you don't really care too much about what's going on in the outside world, you know that you worked hard for what you got and you know that you gave it your everything and you gave it 100%, then I feel like, you know, that's what happiness is. That's what really just being happy and just grateful for what you have versus always wanting more. And, you know, then when you get it, it doesn't really mean nothing at the end of the day. You know, it's just a whole bunch of things that you got.
So would you say music, well, a time when you weren't necessarily happy, did music pull you out that? Or, like, what kind of pulls you out those type of, like, seasons to where, like, you aren't necessarily happy? Because, like, are you happy with life right now? Are you feeling good about life, honestly and truthfully?
Honestly, I mean, I'm happy with what I got going on. You know, I'm happy with what I have and, you know, what I accomplished so far. You know, it could be a little better, but, you know, who am I to complain?
Right.
So there's some people that don't have nothing. But to answer your first question, yeah, music definitely does, because it's like it's like when you go to church and someone's singing the gospel, and then it just changes everything for you.
That's
some people
something
cry,
to
some
your soul.
people, yeah, some people cry, some people they chant, they laugh, you know, that's what music is to me, you know. So whenever I'm feeling down, I just turn on something that's gonna inspire me, or, you know, make me think, or whatever it is, exercise. It don't really matter what it is, but as long as it's getting me to a place of, you know, happiness and not just staying in the dark, kind of like crowded off and always miserable. And
Right.
you can't live like that.
Okay, well, let's segue just a little bit. I want to get into toxic relationships. Have you been in one before? Like a toxic ass relationship where you just like...
Everyone?
Oh, so you're not like...
Everyone.
You haven't been in a healthy relationship.
Nah, not really.
Okay, we need to change that. Most definitely.
I think I just need to stay by myself. So
Okay. So I'm going to ask you some unpopular opinions. You just let me know whether or not you agree with them or disagree with them. Ready?
All right, let's do it.
Okay, marriage is strictly business.
I agree.
Okay. Why? Why do you feel like marriage is business?
Because anything that involves paperwork is a business. When you
guess.
go to work a job and you signed a clause or an agreement to do the responsibilities that they hire you for, that's business. It's like so if me and you was gonna get married, and, you know, and we're just doing it off love, what we need paperwork for?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the way society is set up and stuff like that, yes, on that sense, it is kind of like a business thing, because we literally, like, are looked at like a fucking, like, money.
Exactly. Break up and see what happens.
Okay, next one. If it ain't exclusive until you ask.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, single parent priorities. If you're a parent, you shouldn't be jumping into relationships after relationships.
I agree with that. You shouldn't be doing that.
Everyone you dated before adulthood does not count.
Counts. What do you mean? Nah, that counts. Definitely
Really?
counts.
So, like, that girl you was dating in middle school, like...
It may not count to where it's like, yeah, that's my ex, but, like, you know, can't just deny what we was doing.
I don't see how people do that. Like, we had a thing going on. Like, we had something. Like, don't try to deny it.
If it's middle school, it wasn't really nothing that crazy.
Yeah, like, why is you doing all that in middle school? Anyways, love and comfort are easy to confuse.
Yes.
Do you feel like those toxic relationships were more like they were clingy or...
Clingy and just controlling on, like, both ends, you know.
So, you kind of like getting out, what is your, like, reflection since, or what did you learn from being in those relationships to not repeat the same habits?
Being by myself. Honestly, like, just working on what I have going on, and if someone else wants to be a part of that, you know, they'll fall in and kind of like just go with how you move, and not just them forcing themselves into everything that you're trying to do. And, you know, but also, you know, we was young, so, you know, they didn't really have like a whole lot of things, like not like right now where, you know, go to work and we go do this, we go do that. Like before, it was just us. So I'm trying to do this music thing, or I'm trying to go to work, and it's causing an argument, and it's just like, you know, that's,
ain't got time for
yeah,
it.
yeah,
I'm trying to make this money for us to eat.
Exactly. So, and communication.
Definitely
Communication.
a big thing.
Like when you're mad at each other, like if you just mad at each other, you can still talk about it. But if it's something where y'all start yelling and hitting and all that, walk away and then come back and talk about it later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Okay.
That's just me.
Let's get off relationships a little bit and get back to the business side of things. I know you have a new line coming out, or you're about to be dropping out some new merch soon.
Yeah, pretty soon. I had to take the website down. I didn't really like that one, so I'm trying to find a new one right now so I can put it back up and get things moving again.
Shout out to my girl Ari Darren Defy if you're looking for somebody to help you with websites. She does websites, graphics, all that. So you have a documentary going on too that you putting together?
Yeah. I'm working on like a few things, but yeah, the documentary is one of them. That's gonna be after the summertime. We spend the whole summertime just working on it. Probably drop it in the fall or something like that.
So what's going to be different or things that we can kind of look forward to in the documentary? Well, different obviously because it's your unique story.
Yeah,
but
so it's just basically just my life, how I grew up, where I grew up at, and kind of like where I'm at now. You know, how things has changed and how I grow older and kind of just looking at things differently from an older perspective versus when I was younger.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Is there anything else that you want to leave off with the audience? It's been so dope having you on today.
Appreciate it. Hey, I just dropped a new video for my newest single called I'm Sorry. So that's running up on YouTube.
Are you sorry?
Huh?
Are you sorry?
Kind of, maybe.
You guys got to go listen to the song to find out.
Yeah, you got to really listen to it to find out. You know, I'm not saying I'm sorry, but you know. So, but yeah, check out that video. You know, the single's on all platforms, you know, Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, all that, you know. So go stream that, make that pop.
Make sure you guys go check it out. It's been a pleasure having my dude GMV on Mindful Melodies. We will be back after the break with some dope tunes.
I can't cry to get my bro back, but I guess you know that. Tripping over some shit I used to do way before rap. Niggas is in the field, couldn't decide to go back. All the people that I did right versus who I did wrong. Fuck it, I've been honest. I'm tired of being modest. People use the same tools to destroy us instead of guide us. We treated you like family. You never had to lie to us. You never had to steal from us. Just ride when the shit is tough. Voices in my head, I don't know if I can hear enough.